The aviation sector, known for its technical advances, often suffers major failures that interrupt operations and cost money. Engine defects have grounded fleets, cost airlines money to repair, and damaged engine manufacturers' reputations. This video explores contemporary aviation's most significant engine issues and their far-reaching effects. Number 6. Pratt & Whitney's Geared Turbofan (GTF) engines. Could a single flaw in the metal potentially bring down the entire aviation industry? The General Transportation Fuel (GTF) engines manufactured by Pratt & Whitney, in particular the PW1100G, were developed with the intention of revolutionizing the industry by enhancing fuel economy and reducing noise pollution. However, airlines worldwide have faced difficulties in implementing these regulations. Vibrations and groundings. The PW1000G engines that were used to power Airbus A320neo aircraft were experiencing excessive vibrations by the year 2018, and they typically occurred within 1,000 flight hours. Because of the severity of these problems, which were most noticeable during the ascent stages, regular inspections and premature replacements were required. In the first year of service, Lufthansa reported that its A320neos were grounded for an average of 254 days, with engine-related issues being responsible for 78% of the downtime that occurred. Metal contamination recall. Due to the presence of contaminated powdered metal that was used during the manufacturing process, Pratt & Whitney initiated a recall for 1,200 PW1000G engines in the month of July 2023. This defect could result in cracks in the components of the engine, which would pose a significant threat to safety. By September 2023, the recall was extended to include all 3,000 engines that were working, and it was estimated that inspections would take between 250 and 300 days for each engine. It is anticipated that the recall will cause an average of 350 aircraft to be grounded around the world until the year 2026, with the peak impact expected to occur in the beginning of 2024. According to estimates, Pratt & Whitney and its partners are facing a financial burden of between $6 and $7 billion, primarily for the purpose of compensating customers. Go First bankruptcy. In March of 2023, the Indian airline Go First, which had a fleet of Airbus A320neos, ceased operations and proceeded to file for bankruptcy. The airline attributed its financial collapse to a number of factors, the most important of which were the reliability issues with its PW1000G engines and the absence of spare engines. Pratt & Whitney refuted these assertions, indicating that more widespread operational inefficiencies caused the airline's problems. Number 5. Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine problems. What causes the flagship engines manufactured by Rolls-Royce to fail in some of the most advanced aircraft in the world? Ever since it was first introduced, the Trent 1000 engine, which is the engine that powers the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, has been plagued by durability issues. Due to the difficulties that Rolls-Royce has been experiencing with this engine, airlines that depend on the Dreamliner for long-haul flights have been affected in a domino fashion. Fan blade degradation. The Trent 1000's fan blades and cooling systems have proven prone to rapid deterioration, resulting in frequent maintenance needs. This has resulted in grounded airplanes and decreased operating efficiency for airlines. Impact on British Airways. British Airways BA has encountered substantial interruptions owing to Trent 1000 engine difficulties. The airline has been numerous Dreamliners have forced the airline to ground, resulting in the cancellation of hundreds of flights and impacting tens of thousands of customers. Despite spending over £1 billion on durability enhancements, BA remains doubtful about the long-term dependability of the engines. Number 4. The wider impact on airlines. How are engine problems costing airlines millions, and may your trip be next? Engine defects don't simply burden manufacturers, they have cascading repercussions on airlines' operations, finances, and customer pleasure. Below are some prominent examples. Wizz Air's profit decline. European low-cost airline Wizz Air reported a 21.3% decline in profitability in the summer of 2024, mostly owing to parked aircraft awaiting engine checks. By September 2024, 41 of its planes were out of service, with the airline anticipating 40 to 45 grounded aircraft over the following 18 months. Despite the losses, Wizz Air is extending the life of older jets, leasing new aircraft, and maintaining a profit prediction of 350 to 450 million euros for the fiscal year. Operational challenges. There is a potential for decreased capacity and higher operating expenses for airlines that have fleets that are dependent on troublesome engines. Among these provisions are the leasing of new aircraft, the extension of maintenance schedules for older aircraft, and the management of compensation claims from passengers who were adversely impacted. Number 3. Impact on aircraft manufacturers. What are the factors that prevent Airbus and Boeing from satisfying the demand in the rapidly expanding aviation market? For airplane manufacturers such as Airbus and Boeing, who depend on timely engine deliveries to achieve production objectives, the consequences of engine faults extend throughout the whole aircraft manufacturing industry. Airbus. There are delays in delivery. Unfortunately, Airbus has experienced considerable delays in the delivery of aircraft as a result of problems in the supply chain and shortages of engines. The business was only able to produce 766 aircraft in 2024, which was far below the revised objective of 770. One of the reasons for the delays is that there were problems with CFM, which is another engine provider. Airbus has set a goal of delivering between 825 and 850 aircraft by 2025, and it intends to raise production to 900 aircraft per year by 2027. Supply chain. As a result of the difficulties that engine manufacturers such as Pratt & Whitney and Rolls-Royce have been experiencing, the supply chain for aerospace has been subjected to extra pressure. Other factors that have contributed to the delays include a lack of components and a rise in the demand for maintenance parts. Number 2. Financial implications. Under what circumstances are engine problems turning airlines that were previously prospering into financial disasters? Flaws in engines have far-reaching financial ramifications, affecting not just manufacturers, but also airlines and even lessors. Manufacturer costs. Pratt & Whitney is facing billions of dollars in compensation and inspection expenses, while Rolls-Royce's financial resources have reached their limits due to the company's investment in durability upgrades for the Trent 1000. Airline losses. A number of airlines, including Go First, have filed for bankruptcy, while others, such as Wizz Air, have recorded significant decreases in their profits. Leasing new aircraft and extending maintenance schedules are two examples of items that contribute to increased operating expenses. Passenger compensation. Because grounded fleets result in flight cancellations and delays, airlines are required to pay customers who have been harmed by these events, which further strains their financial resources. Number 1. Lessons and future outlook. Are the jet engines of today too technologically sophisticated to be reliable? Recurring problems with contemporary jet engines bring to light the difficulties associated with striking a balance between innovation and dependability. Despite engine design innovations aiming to enhance efficiency and reduce emissions, dependability difficulties may overshadow these advantages. Key takeaways. When it comes to preventing faults in production, rigorous testing and quality control are absolutely necessary. There is an absolute need for engine makers, airlines, and regulators to work together in order to reduce the negative effects of faults. A reduction in dependence on a single manufacturer and a distribution of operational risks may be achieved by the diversification of engine suppliers. Looking ahead, learning from these issues is necessary for the aviation sector in order to prevent expensive errors from being repeated. While engine manufacturers are making investments in cutting-edge materials and design enhancements, airlines are implementing fleet management systems that are more resilient. However, since it is anticipated that the demand for air travel throughout the world will expand, the pressure that is placed on engine makers to offer products that are dependable and efficient will only increase. In conclusion, modern airplane engine difficulties highlight the delicate balance between innovation and reliability. Despite their efficiency benefits, the Pratt & Whitney GTF and Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 have proved challenging to implement. These issues impede airline operations and expose aircraft supply chain flaws. To ensure a safer future for aviation travelers, the industry must prioritize longevity and quality. Like, share, and subscribe for more.